let's call the feds. I, for one, am fed up. All right, we're going to see how many times we can use that. I'm fed up with the corruption. I'm fed up with people going to prison for no reason. I'm fed up with cops, blue ISIS, murdering people. And I'm fed up with people in prison getting no recourse in the federal courts. But it's what they have. Now, if you guys don't know the story of Jeff Winehouse, you should. There's various videos on my channel, but let me show you the crux. Jeff Winehouse was a journalist, investigative journalist, and somebody that was an outspoken activist, not unlike me in the state of Missouri. And they lured Jeff into a meeting after illegally confiscating some of his computers. They said, we're gonna give it back. They lured him in and they tried to murder him. Here is the video that miraculously made it through all this because he had a wristwatch camera on. And if you ever use wristwatch cameras, you know a lot of times they don't work very reliably, but a higher power was looking out for Jeff with this video. Check this out, it's amazing. Okay, we're in Franklin County, Missouri. Jeff just showed up at a vacant parking lot across from a gas station, kind of out in the middle of nowhere, to meet with these two state troopers. The state troopers had called the FBI in to observe.
Good, how are you? You got the gun for him. Why I got the gun?
Jeff is legally carrying.
Because I'm authorized. All right, well, I'm authorized. Get down on the ground. Get on the ground. Get down on.
Immediately, they point guns at him, right? Now, bear in mind, Jeff was not pointing a gun. He was not violent. He was not swinging at him. He had a gun on his hip, and it was perfectly legal for him to do so. These, what we're looking at here is state troopers.
Yeah, shoot me, man.
And they did. You don't have to shoot me, but they did. Scott Mertens and Henry Folsom with the Highway Patrol. Now, these guys are actually going around flagging videos that have their names in them.
Still got the gun, Scott. I got it. Yeah, police, FBI, Highway Patrol. Got one? He's out.
What you just witnessed. Okay, now you can watch this video. It's called The Government Hit on Jeff Winehouse, and it's right here on my channel, so you can go review that. The bottom line is, Jeff showed up, they lured him in there, they admitted later that it was a ruse, they lured him in there and they tried to murder him. When Jeff survived, he took 2 to the chest and 2 to the head, and miraculously he survived. And his repayment for surviving the attempted murder attempt of Mertens and Folsom was to be charged with attempted murder himself, and he's now sitting in prison for 30 years. Now get this, it gets better, because there was 2 FBI agents on the scene, Marshak and Cunningham. These 2 FBI agents were not involved in the shooting, they were just called in as backup, I guess, and they were observing. They actually testified in their reports that Jeff did not pull a gun, that he didn't do anything aggressive or violent. That was kept out of Jeff's trial. To make it worse, to make sure Jeff didn't speak up, they put an electrocution collar on Jeff's thigh so that if Jeff spoke out of turn in the courtroom, they could shock him and electrocute him to make him silence. That's how much of a kangaroo trial Jeff got. Now, right now, we did get Jeff, an attorney stepped up for Jeff a year or so ago, and he's been working on filing the papers. If you go to freejeffnow.com, you can see links, you can see some of these different videos. In fact, the video I was just showing you is on there over at Free Jeff Now, and you can donate to the legal fund. Jeff's legal attorney has been mostly pro bono. He hopes to get paid at some point once Jeff is out and there's a settlement, and a lot of us have been pitching in to help with expenses, but he really has been doing a lot of work for very little, okay? What we're gonna do today is Jeff's attorney just filed, Warren Markowitz, just filed yesterday in this lawsuit that they've got going on, okay? So he filed these documents and they're going back and forth and they're getting ready to start doing court appearances and stuff like that. So Warren Markowitz just filed, and Jeff said, would you call the feds? And that's what we're gonna do today. We're gonna call the Eastern District U.S. Court, which is the district in Missouri where Jeff is at, okay? And we are going to, hang on, bear with me. And I've got my Skype up here, okay? We're gonna call Jeffrey Jensen, who's the district attorney. Now, let's bear in mind, right? The FBI, the feds, these are like the #1 blue ISIS thugs. But the FBI and the feds have been catching a lot of flack lately. And the fact that their agents witnessed these officers commit attempted murder and then did nothing, that's a crime in and of itself. So we're going to see if we can get a hold of Jeffrey Jensen, and I'm going to call him here. Let me make sure I got this number right. Now, this is a public number. This is not like anything that's a privacy invasion or anything stupid like that, because YouTube loves to flag us for those things. More like the people like to go out and flag us for those things because they don't like being called out. Okay, so I'm going to call this and this number here, and we're going to see if we get anybody. Fed? There's a hot dog brand in Mexico called Fudd, but we're calling Feds today.
U.S. Attorney's Office.
Yes, is Jeffrey Jensen in?
Sure, hold on 1 second.
Thank you.
This is Victoria.
Yeah, is this Jeffrey Jensen's office?
Is this?
Okay, is Jeffrey in?
He is, but he's in a meeting right now.
Okay. Okay, well, maybe he can call me back, or maybe you can talk to me. You're his assistant, or?
Temporary assistant. His usual assistant is out for the week, so I'm covering the phone for...
Okay, well, we are recording this for the record, and I just wanted to find out what is going on. I'm trying to get him to take some action, honestly, on this Jeff Winehouse case in Missouri. There was 2 FBI agents, Marshak and Cunningham, on the scene when the Missouri Highway Patrol tried to murder Jeff Winehouse. And now Jeff Winehouse is sitting in prison, even though he didn't do anything, and the FBI agents testified to that. And I want to know why Jeffrey is not prosecuting these Missouri Highway Patrolmen who attempted to commit murder and aiding injustice being done here, because your guys' agents were on the ground from the FBI when this attempted murder happened.
All right, so if you'd like, I can take down your name and number, and I will get it to him, and I'll let him know that you're expecting a call.
Okay, so do you know when he's going to be available?
Let me check his calendar. He should be available sometime after 3.
After 3, okay. Okay, well, maybe we'll call back, but you can have him give me a call, or I can call back either way. But I'd really like to have him look into this and figure out, why nothing's being done. Why do we have people in Missouri and all over, frankly, being sent to prison when the people that sent them there are the ones that committed a crime?
Okay, and just give me your name and number. I can give that to him.
Yeah, my name's David.
Can I get a last name?
Sime.
You said Sign?
Uh-huh.
Is that, how do you spell that?
S-E-I-M.
Okay, and what's the number he can call you back?
509. Hang on a second here. Where is, actually, you know what? Because we're trying to do this on the record, let me call him back. If he'll be off at 3, just let him know I called, and I will call him back in a little while. What time zone are you in? You're in. It's now 2 there.
Yes, it's 2 here.
Okay, and so he should be out of a meeting in a half hour or so.
Yes, or so.
Okay. Okay, well, let me call back, and you can pass this message, because we really need to, see some justice done here. And, are you familiar with Jeff's case?
I'm not familiar with it, no.
Okay, you might want to look into it. There's a video of the Missouri Highway Patrol trying to murder him, and they're still out doing their thing, and he's sitting in prison. So if you search Jeff Winehouse, the attempted hit on Jeff Winehouse, you'll see a video on that. And this should be forefront in, cases like this should be forefront in the attorney's office there, because we need to be restoring, the rule of law. So I will call back. What was your name?
I'm Victoria.
Victoria. Okay. All right. Well, thanks, Victoria. If you can pass that on, and I will be calling back, and I hope he'll be available for me.
All right.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. Bye-bye. All right. So, you know he wasn't going to call me back. And I'm like, nah, I'm not going to put my phone number out on here while I'm live, and then all the trolls will be calling me. Okay, that number I called was 314-539-2200. If you guys maybe in the next 45 minutes can start calling. Now, Jeff wants, and what Jeff's asking for is that we put some pressure on, right? We know that the feds aren't just, guys, but if the pressure is coming from all directions, right? Markowitz has the lawsuit in court. Go to freejeffnow.com to find out how you can support that way. And go and then make these calls, right? In fact, there's a video. If you go to my SteemIt account, Gavin Symes SteemIt, there is a video that was posted by Rudy Davis that was the deposition of this officer, that one of the officers that tried to murder Jeff. And his phone number was in here. So this guy calls him on the phone and he picks up. That officer's phone number, even though it is public record, when we put it on public places, we tend to get harangued and posts taken down. I put it on my SteemIt account where the government can't touch it. And so if you go to my recent post over on SteemIt, you can actually call the officer. Now be principled, don't make threats, don't give them any reason to throw you in jail either. That won't help us. But the pressure helps. I'm telling you what, we've seen this time and time again. People have to stand up. And one of the ways you start to stand up is by shaming the evil, by speaking out, by making those phone calls, by putting that pressure, and by not just letting them get away with it. Now this number for the Eastern District U.S. Court, Jeffrey B. Jensen. Now bear in mind, Jeffrey B. Jensen is not the attorney that prosecuted Jeff and put him in prison, just to put this in perspective. Jensen is the federal oversight there. The FBI agents were on the ground and they witnessed these Missouri Highway Patrol officers try to assassinate Jeff, and then their testimony was left out of court. But what falls to Jeffrey Jensen is to take this testimony of these FBI agents and to shut down these officers of the Missouri Highway Patrol, to get this case overturned, which was a complete sham of a kangaroo court that violated the constitutionally enumerated rights. Now, we know that the feds are locking people in prison more than anything, all right? But we still have to put the pressure on. Even the unjust judge, when you pester him enough, sometimes he'll relent, right? 314-539-2200 was the number for the Eastern District U.S. Court. Pick up those phones. I'll probably call back in a half hour. I'll probably get another excuse, and I will probably go live on my Facebook page, so we hit this from both angles. So keep an eye on my Facebook page over there in the next 45 minutes or so, facebook.com/callmegav, if I go live over there, because if I call them again, I probably will record it or go live or something. But I wanted to put that pressure, and this is more than about just me. We need you guys calling. We do want to call flood to Jeffrey Jensen. We want pressure. It's a kind of a counter pressure to the lawsuit that's going on in the federal courts right now, to get them to look into this and to let them know that we're not just going to give this up. We're not going to let our people rot in prison. There's so many people. There's Jeff, there's Schaefer, there's all these different people, fishermen, there's natives, there's blacks. The prisons are filled with innocent people, and we have to tear down these walls. All right, guys, so I hope, please, you guys, take the time to pick up the phone and just say, you know what, prosecute the people who tried to murder Jeff and get him out of prison. Put some pressure. Call the Eastern District U.S. Court, 314-539-2200. Who will call? If you will call, I'll give you a shout out right here and now. All right? We need those phones ringing. So guys, make a commitment to pick up the phone today or tomorrow and call the court and put a word in for Jeff Winehouse. Let's start trying to get some justice restored. We won't have true justice. Caesar, thank you. We won't have true justice until we start anew, right? Until these courts and prisons are shut down. But we have to keep putting on the pressure and speaking out and loving our neighbor and do what's right. So Cougar Speed, thank you, and strictly, absolutely, free Jeff. You can call from Skype. You can call, I use Skype. I use VPN sometimes, but just don't assume they're recording you and don't say anything they can put you in prison for. Stand up to Blue ISIS, speak out, and let's get some pressure. Dale, absolutely. And I would say just go ahead and call right now. I will call back later, and I think it's fine to call now. Let's just start getting that pressure on. I don't think he's going to talk to me anyhow, guys, but I'll probably call back again just to make sure. Look into Jeff. Go to freejeffnow.com. And if you're just tuning in, I'm going to shut this live stream down for now, and you can go watch the video. of calling the feds. Let's keep calling the feds on behalf of Jeff and just keep doing this. We got to keep moving. People are always saying, oh, there's nothing we can do. There's nothing we can do. Our voice has power, and we have to raise that voice and stop being afraid. All right, guys, peace. Stand up. Speak out. And let's do it.